All right, we will assign all the cis girls someone to walk them to their car. All right, keep that noise coming for our guest, special guest, Kelly Berger.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. Enjoying Ladies' Night. Yep, I'm the first man of the night, but you wouldn't know that by looking at it on paper. That's how I got here. Yes, my name is Kelly Berger, and by listening to the sound of my voice, you can easily tell that I am autistic as fuck. Yeah, I've been doing comedy for about 13 years now, and when I first started doing comedy, I didn't bring up any of my autism, because I felt like maybe if I don't bring it up, nobody will know. But when they hear me talk, they fucking know. Yeah, you really can't hide in the closet when you're on the spectrum. Because we autistics, we don't do too well with clothing. We just put on clothes because they serve their function, not because they blend well. Yeah, I also lived here's how autistic I am. I lived in Texas for 2.5 years, and they wouldn't give me a gun. They're like, yeah, normally just throw these things on parades, but for you, we feel like we should do a background check. Yeah, I did live in Texas for 2.5 years down in Austin, Texas, and I got on the popular show Kill Tony. Has anyone heard of it? Yeah, you guys look like that show's demographic. For those of you who don't know, Kill Tony is basically like American Idol for stand-up comedians sending them aside the world of Mad Max. Very wild. They have like a stand-up portion and an interview portion. And I got on the show, I did my stand-up portion, and it went like this, so people enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then I did the interview portion, and that's where I announced to the world that I was a 34-year-old virgin. Yeah. Remember when I talked about the autism earlier? Yeah. That's very important to remember. Yeah, video got 700,000 views. Yep, it's my most popular video. It's how I broke out. And you know what? I don't feel embarrassed about it because people say like, oh, guys are going to make fun of you for that. But guess what? I learned that the only guys who make fun of guys who can't get laid are the guys who can barely get laid. Yeah, guys who get all the time, they're just like, it's no big deal. Isn't that right, sir? Thank you for helping me.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I know a lot about women because I have to study them. Yeah, and I know people will think like being a virgin make you sound like this, but listen, you guys, back when I was 17, I was a big fan of Jerry Seinfeld. He taught me, like, you don't date other 17-year-olds until you're in your 30s. Yeah, and for those of you who are wondering, asking the question, like, the answer is yes. I am still America's most fuckable incel. Yeah, yeah, it's been a wild year. Like this year I was on Joe Rogan's Comedy Mothership, and now I live with my parents. It's been living back home, and there's been some tension. Like, for instance, my mom now thinks I'm bulimic. Yeah. Can anyone else here relate? Yeah, it's a real guy problem to have. And my mom thinks I'm bulimic. And here's the reason why. One day I was in the bathroom, I was just coughing, and my mom just thought I was just throwing up. She said, Kelly, are you throwing up? I said, no. Then she goes, well, if you're not throwing up, what are you doing in there? I'm like, it's taco night, you don't want to know. Yeah, it's weird that my mom thinks I'm bulimic because in comedy, us guys, we have so much high pressure to be thin. It's just like, God damn it, ever since Matt Wright went out, we just all had to be in shape. Like, he has that big workout plan. He's like, if you do enough crowd work, you will lose your entire female audience. Keep it going. And I have been working on keeping it safe. I'm like, this was not the reaction I was expecting from my mom. I'm like, she's like, listen, you cheated during high school. I know you can't get this on your own. Oh, thank you. I go for all reactions. Yeah, I should tell you about where I live. I live in a small redneck place, and in my local town, like the high school was located right next to a trailer park, just 1 block away. Yeah, like most schools, they tell you, like, hey, if you don't study super hard, you won't make it very far. And at my high school, they meant that literally. Just like, you won't get very far. But you know what? Having a trailer park next to the high school is very convenient, because when the cops show up, they can handle a drug bust and a school shooting in one stop. It's like, okay, let's go get some donuts. Yeah, it's very sad, like having a trailer park next to the high school, because you know there's some guy in the trailer park experienced like the worst years of his life, looking back at the place where he had his best years of his life. It's like, oh, the memories. Shouldn't have cut that teacher's tires. And you know what? When I was in high school, I had very low SAT scores, and I felt like a real shithead. But then I remembered where I was. I'm like, oh wait, I'm just 1 block away. I know someone who can help me with chemistry. Yeah, I did have a real redneck upbringing. Like, when I went to community college, there was one day where I almost ran over a deer on campus. Yep, that tells you my level of income. Just like one day at college, I just almost ran over a deer. Yeah, and I felt really bad about it. But then again, like this sort of thing, you never see like a deer at Harvard. But if you see, if you did see like a deer walk out of like a building at Harvard, you'd be like, God damn it, those frat boys will fuck anything. And I saw that deer, and I was just like, God damn it, why couldn't this be the day where I bring a gun to school? All right. And yeah, it turns out at that college, like, deer weren't the only animals that showed up. Like, I heard one day at a friend of mine said like there were a couple of pigs that showed up to the Palestine protest. Hey. All right. All right, I feel like my time is coming down, so I'll do one last quick one. Well, you guys, I watch a lot of porn, if you couldn't guess already. And guys, let me ask you a question. Like, whenever you take out your cell phone and look at your phone, you ever had those days where you're like, shit, there's still porn on here? Happens to me a lot at Perkins. One day I was just checking the weather, I was just like, oh wow, weather's looking pretty hot. All in the upper teens. Thank you, ladies night, that has been my time. Keep it going for your host.
Upper teens, dang. All right, your next comedian is a lady on this ladies' night. She hosts a great open mic over at the Crooked Pine Ale House. It is Alexa Kaczynski.